And we're back taking a look at your health this morning. You know, heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States.
Yeah, we're talking about men and women. Everyone is trying to reduce their risk, and one easy way to do it is by adding 6 foods to your diet. How simple is that?
We can do it.
Let's do our part.
Yeah.
We're going to tell you what they are. Dr. Marlos Fernandez, cardiologist from Memorial Hermann, is here to help us out. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Melissa and Sally. It's a good opportunity to be here and try to explain and educate people on just regular food that is really important for your health.
Well, a new study is talking about these particular foods. Can you walk us through and then tell us perhaps why are they powerful foods for the heart of all things?
Yeah, well, you know, those are most of those foods that were shown in the study were not. They're kind of old news. You know, is that vegetable, legumes, fruits. And nuts are really good for us and has been shown in several times in the past, and actually part of the American Heart Association, American College of Cardiology recommendation for diet in 2021. The big new here, the big new kid on the block here is whole fat dairy, and that's interesting and shown to be beneficial as well.
So talk about that with the cheese as an example here of the whole fat dairy. Why is that beneficial for heart health?
Well, despite not being intuitively thought so, those dietary studies are really complex and to formulate, because when you have a clinical study, all you have to do, all you're looking at is to have 2 different groups, 2 exactly similar groups that the only difference will be the intervention that you want to look at. And with diet, as you can tell, lifestyle and many other things play into factor, making this really complicated. But they did a great job with a lot of fancy statistical analysis by the McMaster University in Canada, and showed consistently that some pattern of diet actually will prevent death in terms of 8%, and that's massive. That means that 1 out of 12 patients that follow a good diet will be saved because of that. So that's massive.
Let's look at some of the other ones, like nuts. They're known for their high fat content, but the study is talking about how they can actually lower cholesterol. Right.
The unsaturated fats are really good for you in that matter. But once again, this study showed benefit in terms of mortality, but was not a study designed to answer why does that happen. And it's really complex in the design, because they actually came with a risk score that they validated. Initially, the cohort was over 140,000 people that they followed for more than 9 years. And after that, they validated those findings in 5 different studies, for a total of over 240,000 people followed for over 9 years. So it's really important.
So if we incorporate more of these, then we want to take out more of the quote-unquote bad stuff. So that's going to be like your processed foods, right? Your sugary stuff.
Right. Added processed foods, added sugar, salty food, and alcohol in moderation. If you don't, what I tell my patients, if you don't drink, you should not start drinking. And if you drink, don't drink too much. And usually the recommendation is less than equal or less than 1 serve or 1 glass of wine for women, and less than 2 glasses of wine for men on a daily basis.
All right, and then we also need to remember other just lifestyle changes, right, for our heart health. Everything from if you smoke, stop, to I'm sure exercise is high on that list as well.
Right. My battle on a daily basis with my patients is trying to convince people to stop smoking. Smoking should be, I'm going to go a little bit radical here, should be prohibited, because it kills many lives. And the problem is that when you have the first symptom, frequently your disease is already way too spread and systemic in order to be able to reverse. Actually, you cannot reverse, so no smoking, please.
All right, Dr. Fernandez from Memorial Hermann, thank you for your time this morning. Appreciate it. We got some work to do for our lunch and dinner this afternoon.